All right. Thank you all so much for attending another one of our Syllabi weekly webinars. This whole month has been dedicated to helping you become a YouTube master. We've been doing the long form faceless YouTube challenge in the Syllabi content creators group since we launched long form content creation in Syllabi. If you haven't tried it out yet, it's better than you think. It's absolutely incredible. 4 members from our community have already hit 1,000 subscribers this month alone. Imagine being able to grow a YouTube channel without ever having to press record or showing your face. I know that's the reality of so many people from around the world. Today, we have somebody that I have looked up to for many, many years. I have been a student of his. I have gone through his and his wife's workshop and YouTube boot camp. I have seen Owen speak at many events all around the country. And even before we became friends, I watched this guy's videos online, studying, learning, testing, failing every single day, but never giving up. Consistency is the secret to success. Any of you can achieve growth, not just on YouTube, but in your life, in your personal life. Growth as a human being, but you have to remain consistent in all that you do. I am so excited to have Owen Hemsath, aka Owen Video, who's an award-winning YouTube growth strategist and high-performance coach for the nation's top companies and business influencers. Owen has been called a pioneer on YouTube and is considered the leading expert on YouTube for business and revenue generation. He has consulted for major brands like North Face, Oracle, and Exelon. Owen has helped his clients achieve millions of views and generate millions of dollars in sales and brand sponsorships. He has been invited to speak all around the world and has been featured in major media like ABC, NBC, KUSI, and Social Media Examiner. You are all in for a treat today. Owen, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your wisdom, brother.
Hey, I am so excited to be here, and I'm excited to see those of you who I know. I'm excited to see friends here in this group. And one thing is for sure is that Austin is leading the way in this new AI video space. And we're excited to get an insider's view. I feel like Kramer and Jerry in that episode of Seinfeld where they're watching the surgery happen and Kramer drops the junior mints into the guy, right? I feel like that's how close I am. That's how close I am to watching you grow syllabi, is that like I might actually drop a junior mint in it. But Franco Stella, great to see you. So great to see some friends here. Today I'm excited to talk about YouTube strategy, and I want to get into like chessboard strategy and how you actually create wins on YouTube in a predictable, knowable, seeable way. And so I'm excited to be here, Austin.
We're going to all learn so much from you today, man. I'm over here going to be taking notes too. Everybody, if you have questions for Owen, leave them in the chat or the Q&A section. We'll get to them at the end. Owen, for now, the time is yours, my friend. Jump in however you want.
Great. I would love to hear from you guys watching today or even on the replay. Take advantage of the chat area, the comment area, and tell me what it is you are doing on YouTube or TikTok right now. I'd love to know what your content is. And I did see a question come in about how to pick my content. We can get into all of that. What I want to do is I've been teaching and training and growing YouTube channels for 15 years. In fact, the biggest YouTubers that you know, many have consulted with me. They've called me, and they're not looking for me to tell them how to go viral. That is not why they come to me. They come to me because they can go viral easily, but they're just not making the money that they want to make. Or maybe they're ingrained in their business so deeply that they're run by that business, right? The business is running you into the ground. How many of you guys have ever felt that by your business? You know, there's this meme going around that says, Like if you've never wanted to burn it all to the ground, are you even really an entrepreneur? You know, and I can
So
definitely
true.
relate to that, right? And so that's, that's where we come in. We come in to create a YouTube strategy that, yes, will get your videos viewed. Okay. And we look at views per video and we look at views per week. And these are two metrics that when you understand what metrics YouTube wants, then you make content that you love that YouTube wants, right? That's the whole journey of YouTube. So I'm seeing a lot of comments come in, medical billing, agencies, nonprofit. What a great group we've got here. But we've also got gaming. We've also got natural phenomenon, which I really like because these sound like content creator types. And there is a difference between a content creator and a company. There is a difference there. When you're a content creator, your goal is to create content that goes viral and you make your money on brand deals, you make your money on AdSense, and yes, maybe you have a course or some monetization on the back end. When you're a company, you are monetized. And yes, you want to go viral, and yes, you want to get a little bit more famous, but you also want to generate sustainable revenue, selling your product that fuels your business and allows you hopefully one day to walk away, right? So YouTube's almost like your marketing arm on the company side. But either way, your strategy, your approach is going to determine your success. And what I want to go through with you guys today is sort of like the ultimate guide to YouTube. And if you follow this chessboard strategy, you're going to win every time. I've created lots of channels. I still have a side channels that I grow today. In fact, I believe my current side channel, which is about my cancer journey, and you guys can check that out at beatcancerwithme.com. All my links are there. YouTube, Instagram. We're getting millions of views on Instagram every month. And we're getting, we're almost to 10,000 subscribers on the cancer channel. And that is a proof that these systems will work for you. Okay. So what systems are we talking about? Well, what I want to do is share my screen. And so I'm gonna share my iPad because what I'm about to show you today is something that I only show our paying clients. That's
Ooh,
say that we've only shown this in the past to our paying clients. And
thank you for gracing us.
yeah, you're welcome. I'm showing it to you guys today because I know Austin runs a serious group and I know that you guys will take it seriously. So what I want to talk to you about is what YouTube is. Okay. YouTube is an audience builder. Okay. And what YouTube does is they seek to find audiences. Well, they have audiences and they're looking for videos to feed to those audiences. So your number one goal on YouTube is to address an audience. Now, we heard gaming a little bit earlier, right? The question you guys got to be asking is, who is your audience? And your audience is almost like a dartboard where you've got this bullseye in the center. And the bullseye, that's your customer. So I heard someone say medical information, health advice. Your customer might be the person who's going to hire you, right? The person who wants to lose weight. Okay. But it's also the person who wants to lose weight, who has money, who has been pre-qualified, right? The customer has these added level of qualifiers that make them the smallest potential target. So you cannot build a channel targeting only clients. A dartboard also has segments. You guys ever played darts before?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm obviously just trying to drawing like this little dartboard thing here, but this is like the 20 segment. Now there's a game on darts called cricket. I don't know if you guys have ever played cricket, but with cricket, you don't just throw darts at the bullseye. With cricket, you have to get 3 darts to land in the 20 segment before you can move on to the next segment. And this is a lot like YouTube. See, you want to look at your audience as the widest affinity group. In other words, the dartboard. And inside your audience, you want to develop your segments. Your segments might be moms. Your segments might be homeowners. If you're a real estate professional, you're probably thinking, my audience are people in my neighborhood who've been pre-qualified. They already have a loan and they've seen 3 houses. That's my audience, Owen. Oh, no, those are the only people I'm willing to talk to. Okay. That's your bullseye, dude. That's your bullseye. Okay. But your audience, in fact, I'll ask you guys a question. If you are a real estate agent buying and selling homes in Dallas, Texas, who is your audience? This group here, your widest affinity group. Any thoughts in the comment section? If you sell real estate in Dallas, Texas, who is your audience? It's a little bit tricky. Uh-oh, Stephen Holland's getting called out. Look. Okay, now we've got some Lyle Weber. Anyone looking for a home, anyone thinking about buying, people wanting to move. These are all very accurate answers. Yes, Shade Crampton is putting adults, more or less. Your widest affinity group in that real estate example is going to be people interested in real estate transactions. It's the entire real estate market. Okay? So you've got the entirety of real estate interest here. Now, inside that audience, you're going to have segments. And what you want to do is build video strategy based on targeting those segments. So, for example, in the real estate, you've got people interested in buying real estate. You've also got people interested in selling real estate. These are 2 targeted segments that your videos can target. Okay, but I also consider this to be really sort of juvenile. When we could be looking at the entirety of real estate, and yes, we can be looking at local Dallas as a marketplace. You've got a segment that you really focus on. So you're doing 4 videos a month. 2 of them are for the local Dallas marketplace. But then over here, we've got sort of national news. And this is sort of the national level of real estate updates. Who's the president? How is the election going to affect? Is this war bringing down prices? Wow. Are you seeing what's happening in LA and New York? And this is where you start to gain some notoriety. In a local segment, you get recognized at Starbucks. In a national segment, you start to gain a lot of viral popularity. So what you guys need to do is identify your widest possible audience. And you need to kind of get it right. You know, I just went through this program with, I went through the same process with a client who is in the marketing space. He's in, no, he's in the personal development space. And what he does is he helps people with 9-to-5 jobs get raises, get promotions, scale the corporate ladder. But he's doing these videos about side hustle. So I go, but you don't really help people with a side hustle. He goes, no, I don't, but I do. Like I help people hustle. And he's like, I just think that what he wants is that guy who's trying to do a side hustle. He wants to convince that guy that he can make more money by climbing up the corporate ladder. I told him that guy's not even interested in climbing. That's why he's got a side hustle. He doesn't want to climb the corporate ladder. So what we did is we realized that he had an audience of intrapreneurs. And as we started to develop intrapreneurs, we start to get this affinity group, right? They have 9-to-5 jobs. They want to make more money, but they don't want to quit their jobs. And that opens up a whole gateway of content that we can be making. So in that intrapreneur realm, what we found is that he's got segments. One of those segments is the 9-to-5 worker manager, but you've also got the executive. Okay. And this is where I want to bring you guys with your audiences. Now, he can also have other segments here, you know, and he does. We've got dads in that audience, and we have a whole, like, dads would be another segment. Okay. It's not like you only have 2 segments, right? It's up to you to determine the right audience. As soon as we got rid of side hustle as a terminology and began to use 9-to-5 and make more money as a terminology, his videos 5x'd on one upload. We're talking going from 52 videos to 52 views to 600 views in one upload. So the myth that YouTube takes a while, or it builds momentum, or I have to put down 1,000 bricks before a video takes off, that is not true. That is something we tell ourselves to handle the disappointment of a slow-growing channel. Your next video could be your best video, but you have to nail an audience. You have to nail it. And then in that audience, you've got to make a video for a specific set in that audience. And this is where YouTube starts to really get fun. Okay, so we've got dads in there. And we also have sort of like job seekers in there. Okay, what we have to do is we have to decide who we're going to go after first. And we do that with 2 big segments of an audience. And we target videos based on search and suggested. Now, these are YouTube algorithm triggers. We also create videos for conversion, right? So it's like, how do we get the 9-to-5 worker to opt in? Go to a webinar. Those videos never get big views. They never do. They're your sales videos. So typically what we do is we add those offers in here and direct those people to those videos. Okay. Now I'm going to get to that in a quick second, but I want you guys kind of going through this exercise with me of who is, like someone said, gaming. That does not mean that everyone who's into gaming. Okay. What kind of games? What age group do those games represent? That's your audience. You know, it's going to be the same with let's see, nonprofit technology education art center. See, that's really interesting, right? Because you're going to be in like the tech art space, not the nonprofit space. The nonprofit has almost nothing to do with your channel if you want it to grow. So what I want you guys to look at is getting your main audience, pulling out your top 2 segments, and then building a YouTube strategy based on targeting search terms and based on targeting suggested algorithm topics. Now, what does that mean? Well, search is obviously targeting search terms. Okay. Now, how do you target a search term? Well, guys, I mean, you could do one video, like one search term, right? How about AI video maker? And you could make 10 videos for AI video maker, right? AI video maker for content creators, AI video maker for businesses, AI video maker for shorts. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm adding these modifiers onto my key term to increase the likelihood that I'll rank for that key term. Similarly, I could take 10 different key terms and make one video for each of those 10 different key terms. Okay, you've got to decide where your strength is and how many videos you're willing to commit to test the theory. Okay. Now, let's move on to video strategy. Your video strategy should look something like this. So let's say that we're targeting in this niche, we're going to target the 9 to 5 worker. That's going to be the audience segment that we're going after. So you've identified your audience, you've got a couple core segments, and now you're going to build out a video plan for one of those segments. This is going to be a 90-day or 6-month commitment, right? Versus trying to go after the biggest piece of the marketplace. I'm going after Mr. Beast's audience. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a drop of water in a very competitive bucket with people who have more money and more time than you. But what if you could go after the dads in the Mr. Beast market as a segment? What if you could go after the entrepreneurs in the Mr. Beast market? Now we're actually getting to something, right? We're actually getting somewhere, because that dad who watches Mr. Beast with his kids or whatever, he watches dad videos too, and YouTube knows it. So you can target him. That's why targeting is so important. So we're going to target the 9 to 5 worker. Now, let's say with the 9 to 5 worker, you've got these 3 core videos that really build out your brand. You need to identify those 3 core videos that are like the ultimate videos for this guy and your objectives for him. So the 9 to 5 worker, you know, we might go with something like asking for a raise. We might go with something like get noticed at work. And we might go with something like excel your growth. Now, guys, I'm not showing you how to pick a great title today. Okay, you can use syllabi for that. You can use a number. One of the common mistakes that YouTubers should avoid is asking questions unrelated to the presentation they don't know anything about. Guys, stay focused or log off. You know what I mean? Like you're hearing this and your eyes are glassing over because it's over your head. I want to challenge you to upgrade your thinking and plug into what I'm teaching you right now, because this is what million subscriber channels do. So what I'm showing you guys is how to pick topics. Now, you pick your titles by doing a little YouTube research and Go into syllabi, use some AI tools. vidIQ's got a great tool, right? So we're not going to talk about like dialing in the topics today, but let's say that you've got these 3 big videos that like, first, I'm going to show you how to ask for a raise. Then I'm going to show you how to become like the guy that everyone's looking at. I'm going to show you like, you know, how to do some water cooler stuff, maybe some new shirts to wear that maybe get some attention. And then in video number 3, I'm going to invite you to an opportunity to work with me and accelerate your growth, focusing on 3, 4, 5 different topics. Okay. All of these videos need to be made together, and they should all be referencing each other. Video number 1 should end where video number 2 begins. Now, before you ask for a raise, okay, so pretend I'm in video 1 and I'm at the end of the video. Before you ask for before you ask for a raise, you got to get noticed, man. I wouldn't go. Your boss is going to be like, what's your name again? So look, before you ask for a raise, I want you to watch the next video, because I'm going into how to prepare your boss to say yes to you by getting noticed and getting on the radar. So watch that video first. And now they're immediately watching video number 2. Okay. Then in video number 2 ends where video number 3 begins. So what you're doing here is you're creating a watch time experience. And it's no longer about like your research or your data or the video you want to produce. But what does YouTube do? YouTube develops audiences and finds videos for them. So you've realized who your core audience is, and then you've designed a watch time experience for them that takes the viewer from 1 video to 3 videos, thereby 3xing your views and 10xing potentially your watch time. So many of you guys here are thinking about 1 video, the next video. I want you guys to think about the next experience that you're going to develop for your audience. Another way to say this is a playlist. Another way to say this is a series. And this is the Netflix model, right? What does Netflix do now? Remember when we were kids, it was like 1 episode a week, 1 episode a week, 1 episode a week. Now they make 6 episodes. They put the whole thing up, and you can what? Binge watch. Or in other words, create a watch time experience. Okay. Now, what are these 2 big bubbles at the top, Owen? It looks like you're drawing dirty pictures. First of all, stop. It's inappropriate. This is a business conversation. Okay. But here's where it gets really fun. Okay. So we also talked about this executive, we're talking about the 9-to-5 worker. Now, in the 9-to-5 worker, we're going to have people that are managers. We're going to have people that are entry level. And we're going to have lots of different types of 9-to-5 workers. We're going to have 9-to-5 workers that work in like an office space. Other 9-to-5 workers that are in sales. So let's talk about creating a webinar or long form video presentation, 25 minutes to 90 minutes. Okay, no one's ever going to watch the full 90 minutes, but they'll watch 45 minutes. Now, on a 25-minute video, they won't watch the full 25, but they may watch 15 minutes. Let's just call it super long form, okay? I believe in the 25-minute video. I don't think you need a 90-minute video until you're really good at doing these types of presentations. So let's call this a 25-minute video made for the office worker. And it's what we call an INIC video. Okay. Everything you need to know. Now, we don't actually call it everything you need to know. That was a trend a couple of years ago, but it's not as trendy anymore. Now, we always want the best title for the video, right? But what we're going to do is we're essentially going to create an event where we go live or we premiere a 25-minute video and you invite people to it. This is not a publish and pray scenario. I'm going to publish the video and hope people show up. No, you're telling all of your friends, and we do a 12-week thing. We do for 12 weeks, we do this whole process of, hey, I'm going to be making this ultimate video on everything an office worker needs to know to become the boss in 1 year or less. Right? Maybe that's the title. Everything an office worker needs to know, become the boss in a year or less. How to run the corporate ladder, get a raise, and make more money at your current job. Right? Everything you need to. We're going to show you guys all my templates, everything I've learned over the years. Come to it, invite to it, just like Austin did. But instead of getting them to a Zoom call, you get them to a YouTube premiere where a pre-recorded video plays at the given time. You've got comments coming out, and you yourself should be in the comment engaging with people. Okay? Your goal is to maximize live stream viewership, to give the video velocity. Velocity is also measured in VPH, views per hour. How many views per hour are you getting? Right? 100 views per hour is 2,400 views a day. That's pretty powerful, especially for most channels under 10K subs. Now, at the end of the office worker video, you're going to go through your 3-part system of asking for a raise, getting noticed, and accelerating growth, right? Your office worker video is going to end. You might cover these in high level and say, now what I've done for you is I've created a whole video series where you guys can start going through this process right now today. So the 25-minute video might be something like building rapport, creating some problems. We follow the great video formula, GREAT. We got to grab attention. We've got to restate some of the core problems. We've got to explain the solution. In this case, it's going to be like, look, there's a couple big things you need to know how to do. Now, you're not going to show them how to do it. You're going to point them to videos that show them how to do it. Are you with me? So you're making a gaming video where you're going to show them how to beat the level. But in the process of beating the level, you're going to show them 3-5 niche things as well that have other videos you can lead them to. So you're doing Minecraft, hypothetically, because it's like the only game I know. Minecraft. In Minecraft, you're going to show them how to build a thing in 2 hours or less. While you're building the thing, you run into some pigs. And so you go, by the way, I made a whole video on how you guys can get pigs. I don't know if you know how to get pigs, but I can show you how to do that. There's a video up there. Just click on that. Anyway, let's keep going. So this is your strategy where you're going to target an audience with an invited premiered live stream group. Now, why do you do live stream? There's so many reasons to do live stream. The SEO works right away. Premiere is an extremely valuable tool. The comments populating, there's a lot of value in doing a premiere. Even if only 3 people come, that's 3 people watching probably the whole thing. That's 75 minutes of watch time on your first day. Most of you guys aren't getting that in a week. And it's okay. That's why you're here. Okay. That's video 1. Office worker. Video 2 is sales. Same thing. 25-minute. We could also, so this video here is going to be like how to climb the ladder, how to go from sales leader to sales manager in 1 year or less. You're making this video. You're going to premiere it 2 to 3 weeks later. And guess what happens? That video ends where this video begins. Are these 2 videos here? Are these kind of similar? You betcha they're kind of similar. They're almost templated. And now this gives us a system whereby we can start adding more 9-to-5 workers. Let's say grocery store. Or how about retail? How about that, retail? So it's like you're going to do another video. This is maybe quarter 3 of the year. You're going to do another video on retail employees. Hey, if you're working retail and you love it, but you're tired of working the front door and you want to be the boss, I'm doing a whole thing next week, log in, and boom, that video goes here. And you know what? While you're doing video number 2, there might be a good part 2 to that one. You know, there might even be another reference in here that you want to build out. And what you're going to see happening as you start to build out these videos is you're going to see opportunities to make sequels. And you're going to start to develop a library of videos that will feed you business for years to come. That's strategy 1. Strategy 2 is this. Niche topics. Okay. So we already talked about this whole system here. So you got this whole system here. You've busted this out in your first 4 to 5 weeks. These videos are in process. What do you work on now? Go to let's say a keyword topic or a theme. And you start building out self-contained silos that can lead to these videos here. Oh, by the way, I made a video about this, man. But this whole video here is about like you're testing keywords to generate audience. So maybe this silo, all of these circles here represent individual videos. We believe in a 5-part silo. Why? Because on a desktop, 5 videos in a playlist will fill up the screen. So we believe in a 5-silo playlist where all of these videos are all on the same topic or the same thing. So if it was a keyword, and you're targeting still a 9-to-5 worker audience, we could do a keyword topic on how to get a raise. We could do a keyword talk about, how about this? Because we already did raise up here. Let's talk about how to dress for work. Right? Best dress for work, right? Best shirt to wear for work, best tie to wear, 7 ties to wear. That's even better. 7 work shirts that look great and are easy to clean. 7 work ties that will go with every outfit. Oh, I love that idea. So what we did is we applied a keyword plus a theme. Okay. So the keyword was like dress for work, tie for work, shirt for work. You can even do work shirts. I don't know about you guys. I type that stuff up all the time. Like I go shopping once, maybe twice a year for like the year. And it's kind of like, okay, work shirts, dress shirts. I need a conference shirt, that sort of thing. Over here on theme might be something as simple as like, I'm going to do a 7-part series on motivation. I'm going to do a 7-part series on, the holidays. Maybe it's like we're getting into October and November. And so we're going to do a holiday theme. In the holiday theme, we're going to cover Amazon Prime Day, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and maybe even taxes, because a lot of people are doing their taxes this time of year and they know what their refunds are, right? Or they have to spend enough. Now, these 5 videos are self-contained, meaning they all, hey, in this, you're referencing them. Hey, in this video series, I'm talking all about holiday expenditures. So right now we're talking about Amazon Prime Day, but I've also got a video coming up on Black Friday and on Christmas. So I want you to subscribe to the channel. Now, in those videos, you may reference these other videos where it's appropriate and necessary. But ultimately, what you're doing here in these little pentagons here, you're developing audiences, right? This is an audience, for example, of males. In my example, it's an audience of males. Do you see the value in what we've just done here? So now what we've done is we've kind of gone off topic with a little bit of the dress, right? That's not really what I do. I'm more of a coach, but hang on. But your audience wide is looking for these things. They're searching Google for it. And if we only focus on ties, shoes, shirts, we're going to develop an audience of all males, potential viral. Now, over here, we're also developing an audience, but if we do it on mindset, or if we do it on shopping, you're targeting people with money. People with money can buy a course. Okay, and this is part 2. Our recommendation is that you are rinsing and repeating this process all throughout the year. So, this process here is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. So that's a month, guys. You should make those all in a month and batch record them, batch write them. Now, not everybody can do that, but that's what I think you should do. It will maximize your time. So these 5, that's next month. And then these 5, that's next month. And now we're in January 1st. Rinse and repeat. 5 more in January. With maybe it's not the 9-to-5 worker now. Maybe now we're going after the executive. And what we are doing, guys, is we are targeting our dartboard. And we are going after one segment at a time until we dominate that segment with videos that are getting found on search, videos that are being suggested, and videos that run our people through a funnel where they become customers, leads, and cause our business to thrive. I have seen this plan work on a small company that getting less than 1,000 views per video. I've also seen this strategy work on channels with 200,000 subscribers. And in fact, if you have a stagnating channel, this is how we resurrect dead channels. The reason your channel's dead is because your videos are all scattered. YouTube doesn't know who you're making videos for. So what they do is, what you need to do is get really hyper-focused, make something for a specific audience, and make sure the audience connects to it. Once you've been successful there, build on it, right? Rinse and repeat. So I hope that was valuable. And I want you guys to know I appreciate all your questions. Part of my personality is a little bit like snappy. And I saw a lot of hearts, a lot of applause coming in. But here's the thing is, guys, I've been coaching big rooms full of YouTubers, and I get it. We all want to be famous. And we want that residual income to come in. It will not come from flying off the seat of your pants and just doing whatever kind of videos you fritter away doing. It is going to come from a structured, disciplined approach. Mr. Beast is more disciplined than pretty much 95% of the people that I personally know. I know some pretty high net worth people. Now, I think that has a lot to do with his personality. He's the type of person that focuses well, but Mr. Beast didn't just throw up stupid ideas. It feels stupid, right? How often can I spin around in my chair for 10 hours? But he built videos that were interesting, and he did it over and over and over again. He didn't make one, it flopped, and then you whine to your Facebook group about the algorithm banned you. You know what I mean? That's not what happened, right? You didn't have a structured, discipline approach. So what I want to see you guys do is escape the prison you're trapped in, whatever it is. Maybe you live at home. Maybe you're not making the money you want to make. YouTube and video will free you from that prison. Whatever situation you want, YouTube provides the creative outlet, provides the revenue potential to get you what you want. And I want to see you freed from that the same way I've been. So Austin, I'd love to open up the room to any questions, and just kind of freestyle with anybody. Like,
Yeah.
ask anything, guys. Doesn't have to be to the, like, now's the time to kind of like go into some of the questions.
Yeah, guys, let's firstly give a round of applause for Owen. This was absolutely a master class here. Guys, this is the type of things that I have paid for, that people pay for, specifically for Owen. He is an absolute master. You guys just got this wisdom for free. No, this is not the like, you have to post it at 3 p.m. on Tuesday because that's statistically the best time to post
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And like
Yeah.
answer these keywords, right? This is the high level strategy. I'm over here taking notes. Well, full transparency. Yes, I have 600,000 subscribers, but there's seasons of growth and there's seasons of
Yeah.
plateau. And
Yeah.
in those seasons, you need to learn. My channel is flat right now. In fact, I'm losing a little bit. So I need to refocus. I have goals. I want to get that gold play button, right?
Yeah.
This is what I need to do. And so
Yeah.
I need to refocus. I need to outline this strategy and get much more in tuned with who I want to reach at this next stage. It wasn't necessarily who I wanted to reach before. We're all
Yeah.
learning. We're all growing. This is
And
an endless process.
and
Mhm.
we're applying this to two new test channels, faceless channels using syllabi. And
Nice.
we're building out a Bible history channel
Love
and
it.
building out we're building out a health and wellness channel, which is like, look, I love Bible history too. Like faith is a big part of our lives, but I also see it as a hyper competitive niche. Like there's a lot of guys out there kind of doing that. Um, so we're just gonna, my wife is like, that means there's an audience. And it's like, okay, all right. So what we're doing is we're using Austin's tools to live out our strategy, but we're building it the same way, like I love what you said about the high level, because the tactics, when to post, like, I mean, you'll figure that out as you go. But if you're producing garbage videos, then you're gonna get frustrated.
So true, guys. Ask your questions here. I'll kind of filter through them while we have Owen here. This was great. By the way, speaking of faith, everyone, Owen's very involved in the show The Chosen. So if anyone has watched that show, Owen, at what level are you involved? Just a big part of the community. I know you like emceed their event recently,
Oh yeah,
Chosen.
like I'm a face. I'm a face. Like I'm one of their three on-camera hosts. Like obviously Dallas, the CEO, is like the main host, and he usually has a like an address before every episode. And then they have Chris and Jolene, who run the online weekly webcasts. And then I'm the face of the annual events. So I get to be, I get to
Love it,
work with
man.
all the stars and all the people, and I'm right there with, I get to be with, like, I get to connect sort of like the the audience with some of the stars, and it's been a blessing. My mentor is the executive producer of that show, and he's also Mr. Beast's channel manager, and so that's where I come from, guys. Like I come from YouTube royalty, and it's like when I started at first, I wanted to have the biggest channel in the world. I did. Um, now, and I've done very well. I've got 250,000 on YouTube, on TikTok. I have 100,000 on Instagram, and you guys, I've got channels that you don't even know about. But what I want now, we've always had a really good business. But what I want now is I want my business, my purpose, my channel, all to be part of one theme, right? Whereas like TikTok, we did comedy, but it didn't really fit our business model. Anyway, we're all going through a growth phase. We all have goals we want to accomplish, and we feel very capable of being able to accomplish our goals at this point.
If anybody is set up for success to accomplish their goals, it's you and Teresa. By the way, everybody, real quick, we're going to jump into these Q&As right now. I have an exclusive birthday discount for y'all. If you want to jump into Syllabi, just use the code birthday. It's 40% off. We've never had a discount that large before. I just wanted to give back to this community and thank you all. That applies on any annual plan, which is already discounted, or the first month of any monthly plan. So sign up, use the code birthday. I'm gonna Jow, if you could post that in the chat, that would be awesome. I'll do a quick maybe demo if we have time at the end. Anything. Lyle asked a really good question that I wanted to start off here with Owen. So in the series of the three videos that video one ends right where video two begins.
Yes.
If you don't have those three videos yet, what is a good upload schedule for them? Should you just upload all three videos immediately? So
Yeah.
as or would you space them out?
Great question. Yeah, I would write, film, and publish them all at the same time. And schedule video 1 to go out on Tuesday, but video 2 and 3 are unlisted and linked to. So
Oh,
so the audience can watch them. Um and they're unlisted, which is kind of like rocket fuel for when the video goes public the next week, because it hits the algorithm with watch time.
wow.
So look, it doesn't hit every time. It's not a guaranteed strategy, but it's going to work at some level, right? At some level. This is the same. It's true with stories too, guys. Like my stories get, I don't know, 4,000 to 10,000 views on them. And depending on what account I'm posting from. And it's the same thing. Someone will watch all 15 slides. Someone will. So why not make 15 slides? Right? There's an art of when to land the plane, you know, and how to keep them moving. But in your videos, you want there to be a connective tissue. Even the same shirt through the whole series, you know, it doesn't have to be. But you're writing and creating these all at once. They're all available to watch at once, but they're hitting the public news feed. I would say a week, 7 days, 7 days, 7 days.
Got it. That's great advice that I haven't heard that before. The unlisted, but still linked to it in the cards and various
So
areas throughout
powerful.
the video. So
That
good.
alone, that alone is gold, guys, for like what we're talking about today. It's just like really powerful.
Yeah, that's a great little hack. I'm definitely gonna try that. It's just stacking the odds in your favor,
Yeah.
guys. Um, Christina asked here if you could re-say the great video template acronym. What does each letter stand for again?
Yeah. Guys, check it out right here. Great video
A
structure. Get a screenshot of that. I'm sure if you guys go to acceleratusmedia.com, I'm sure we've got this guide there. So whether your video is 35 seconds, 3 to 5 minutes, or 35 minutes, the great video formula will get you there. It's like an accordion. If your video is longer, you just stretch it out. If your video is shorter, you just shrink it down. And yes, you should think about how long your video is before you make it. So I made a video yesterday. It should be 12 to 15 minutes, and it's not going to be. It's going to be 20. So it's like, damn. No one's going to watch it for 20. Why don't you just publish a whole 20-minute video? No one's going to watch. It's a watch time balance, guys. Like, anyway, that'll get you into like how neurotic I am about my videos. But I think that there was a question there, and I don't want to lose sight of the question. Maybe I went off on the deep end. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. The question was just what's the acronym stand for? So
The acronym of the great video formula. Thank you. GREAT, grab attention. You have to convince the audience that they landed on the right video. They saw your thumbnail and title. They already clicked. The first thing you say and the first thing they see will make or break whether they stay. You have to relate to their problems. Promoting benefits is not a great play. You'll get this. You'll get this. It's America. I can get whatever I want. Or whatever. I know it's like an international audience, but you guys know what I mean? Like, solve a problem for me. Relate to their problems. E is explain your solution. And this is where your very first point has to be interesting. Like, I was working with a client, and it was like their video, I forget what the video was about, but like it was like how to morning routine, right? Or that's what I think, it was a nighttime routine. And so number one was drink a glass of water. Oh, snooze fest. Drink a glass of water. Thanks, grandma. Like, so So I go, look, but I'm watching this video and she goes, drink a glass of water. Why? Because at nighttime, your liver works the hardest. So you want to like hydrate your liver so it has plenty of water to work with at night. That's
Mm.
interesting. Let's change the first point to say step one, cleanse the liver.
Mm.
So your very first point needs to be interesting and worth their time, or they'll leave. Drink water, X, swipe. So in explaining the solution, this is your chance to be valuable to them. Now, look, the same format kind of follows with a gaming channel, or even I saw one about like supernatural phenomena or something, or natural phenomena, right? You got to grab the attention. Maybe the viewer doesn't have a problem, but maybe there's a conundrum in nature about what makes this interesting, right? And then explain the solution is essentially the body of the video. We think of our videos in chapters, bullet points, and takeaways, right?
Mm.
Not every chapter has a takeaway, but every chapter has at least 3 bullet points. And we try to make our bullet points the same every time, right? So it's like chapter 1, what it means, what it does, and how we use it. Chapter 2, what it means, what it does, and how we use it, right? Et cetera, et cetera. So that's E. A is, what does this one say? Ask for engagement. Leave a comment. What do you think? How do you use it? Did that make sense? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to meet you guys. But we also, for A, we also say actual proof. And with actual proof, case study, physical evidence. Maybe it's a cutback to another video, right? Or shots of you with the influencer you've been talking about, right? T is tell them what to do next. Guys, every video should end where the next video begins. And if you want to do this well, create a generic closing, that's like, now, doesn't matter what video I'm talking about. We're at the end of this video, and I wouldn't even begin to do the work until you've watched this video next, because it's an essential next step for this topic. So I made a video. You're going to want to watch it. It's on the screen now. Click it. I'm Owen, and I'll see you there. It's just a generic call to action. Tell them what to do next. It's always watch another video. Your webinar, your free lead magnet, all of that should be in the body copy. Okay? You ask them to download your lead magnet at the best point of your video. You ask them to go to your webinar at the best point of your video. You ask them to subscribe at the best point of your video. You can't do all 3 of those, but you should do at least one of those in every video you make. The video that blows up will be the video that you forgot to get them on your email list. Or the video that blows up will be the video you forgot to say, please subscribe. So GREAT.
Oh, and could you just hold that picture up one more time? Oh, Jal put a picture, screenshot in the, there we go. Grab attention, relate to viewer, explain your solution, ask for engagement, tell them what to do. This was absolutely phenomenal. Owen, I'm just going to do a quick demo here with everybody. I want to respect everyone's time. By the way, I left Owen's website, acceleratusmedia.com, in the chat down here. If you want to connect with Owen, if you want to ask more questions, can't recommend him enough. Personally, as somebody that's gone through their boot camp, has worked with Owen, you guys want to take this to the next level and actually have somebody in your corner to help you implement what you just learned on this. He's the best. He's the best. You got to go with him. Now,
thank you, my man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Owen, you don't have to stick around for this little quick demo if you don't want to. It's up to you, brother.
I would love to. If that's, I'm gonna turn my camera off, but I want to watch this.
Cool. I'm going to speed through this, y'all. Just kind of going off of what Owen had said with that example. So Syllabi is really a workflow tool, and you can use it in a lot of different ways. if you just want to use syllabi to help you find content ideas, help you write scripts, and then you create the content yourself and schedule and publish it out, you can do that. We have the video editor. That's what separates us from some of the other tools out there. Another thing that separates us is that we love this community. Syllabi is built by creators for creators. You guys see me in the weeds in the group, in the Discord community, helping all of you out. I am a content creator. That's why we built this. We're not just a team from who knows where in the world of engineers that saw an opportunity. This is all based on real practical strategies that we have personally implemented and have worked over and over again. We've got your back across the board. So if we just type something in here like get a raise at work in our Discover Idea engine, we're going to show you all of the topics that people are actually searching for online, the keywords that you can potentially target, how to get a raise at work, how often should you get a raise at work, who do I ask for a raise, how to get a raise without asking. You got to put yourself out there a little bit, guys. Take the initiative. If you want something, get after it and go after it. I could go off on a whole tangent around, you can put some thoughts out there in the existence. Like, I believe in law of attraction, but as long as you take action towards it, you can't just like say, this is going to happen to me, and then you take zero action around it. That's not how the world works. You need to take action towards your goals and, set your mindset towards things. But anyway, how to get a raise, how often should you get a raise at work? If I want to create a video on this topic, and it shows you all of this real data around here as well, all you need to do is click on the plus icon here. You can create videos in 3 different ways. We have AI avatars if you want to create a real clone avatar of yourself, photo avatars if you just want to upload a headshot or an animated cartoon character or something like that, or faceless videos, which are just so incredibly powerful right now. Now we have all of these different art styles that you can choose from. I'm just going to show you how quick this is. I love using hyperrealism because these are hyper-realistic images that are going to be generated, and it shows you this demo over here. You can control the video length as well. So you can do a 1-minute vertical video for short. We also just included the ability to create up to 3-minute long vertical videos because YouTube just announced that they're going to be expanding the length of the video to 3 minutes for shorts. As of 2 days ago, on the 15th, I think they're slowly rolling it out across the board. But you can create up to 10-minute long form videos here if you'd like. We have multiple languages, a lot of languages that we support. In fact, we just expanded this menu quite a lot. You can control the subtitles here. You can control all of the voices. You can have your own AI voice clone if you want. You can control the subtitling positioning, the subtitle color. You can select anything that you want here. Subtitle animation. We're continuing to add all of this advanced options here. We have about 200 different songs in different categories of music, or you can upload your own music on there as well. It's entirely up to you. And then all you need to do is click Generate Script, and it's going to generate a video script entirely for you around that topic. Now, this is an AI-generated script. Add your unique voice and perspective in there. Add your own call to actions. Apply some of these strategies that Owen has said throughout this presentation. The other thing I want to say here is that this script wizard is more powerful than you think it is. It's powered by Claude. So we can say that's our main topic. Write the scripts from the point of view of a career coach. Include a single call to action at the end to encourage you to watch the next video. Oops. Next video. Write it at a 5th grade reading level. You can get as specific as you want in this. You can even have it say like, add this specific call to action, put it in quotes, go to Accelerate Us Media if you want to hire me to be your YouTube coach, anything like that. All you need to do then is click on generate video, and it will begin to generate the entire video for you in the background. And based on whatever video topic that you create, we will suggest automatically more related video topics for you. Now, these are all based on AI, but we can instantly create another video on master the art of negotiation, secrets to boost your salary instantly, unlocking career growth, why your boss isn't giving you a raise, insider tips to turn the table. And watch how fast this is. You can just instantly save all these settings, generate script, generate video. And now you have a 5-minute long video automatically processing in a matter of seconds there. Some of the other cool things that we uploaded as well, quickly, I want to just share too. We are one of the only platforms that connects to all of these social media platforms. A lot of these faceless video tools either don't have scheduling at all or only have YouTube and TikTok because they're very easy to get. We spent the last year integrating with Meta. It is incredibly difficult to directly integrate with Meta, but you can now create these videos or have your own videos and schedule them out to Facebook, Instagram, or even Threads. I'm a huge advocate for Threads. I think it's a slept-on platform. We're crushing it on Threads on the Syllabi channel as well. One of the more recent things that we just did last week here is if you go to publish one of these videos, we actually just rolled out thumbnail creation here. So if you're looking to optimize this video, you can just one-click suggest description for AI. It'll write an entirely optimized YouTube description for that. And then you can click customize in here. You can set all of your titles and whatnot. You can use AI to generate the title for you and add any tags in here that you want. And with one click, you can generate thumbnails. And now this will automatically begin to generate 3 unique YouTube thumbnails for you. And you can either select one of these and it'll set it as the default to publish to your YouTube channel. The reason I wanted to get 3, though, is for YouTube's A/B thumbnail test. And this is something that like is YouTube insider information, right? Like YouTube, like everything that we do in Syllabi is intentional for content creators based on what we see working. And so it takes hours to create good thumbnails, let alone create 3 thumbnails to set as A/B tests for YouTube. And so now you can, in one click, instantly generate 3 different thumbnails that are pretty good. These are pretty good thumbnails out of the box. You can download all 3 of these, download the YouTube video, add them as A/B thumbnail tests, and you're off to the races across the board. Guys, I want to share again that Syllabi, we just want you to succeed. We've priced this down as low as it can possibly be. I have this birthday coupon for you, 40% off if you use the code birthday. We are active in this community, giving you free information every single day, bringing in amazing experts like Owen to just pay it forward because we want you guys to win. We want you to succeed. We even have an amazing affiliate program. A couple, Casey, Greg, some great affiliates in this program. We'll even pay you. So anybody it's free to sign up as an affiliate. If you sign up, anybody that you get to sign up for Syllabi, it's 30% recurring. Greg, for instance, is making like $200 a month right now just being a Syllabi affiliate. So he gets Syllabi for free, essentially, because it's paying for himself, creating these faceless videos, and then in the description of those videos, promoting his affiliate link, saying you can create videos like this using Syllabi as well. It's an entire reciprocal approach. We just want you guys to win. Thank you so much for joining me on this webinar on my birthday. That birthday code does expire tonight. So if you've been wanting to join, you've been curious about Syllabi, This is the perfect opportunity and the perfect day to pull the trigger. This is the biggest discount we've ever had. I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you next week. Thank you, everybody.